It's goalless at half-time in the traditional New Year derby in the city of Edinburgh. Big Sue, who'll be the happier of the two managers in your view?
I think Hearts, they played exactly how we anticipated before the match. They pushed their full-backs forward. They passed the ball in the midfield. Hibs, on the other hand, talking in dressing room before the game, must have been, and it shows quite clearly, that they get the ball behind the Hearts defence and get Griffiths, chasing there. But it's possibly coming a little bit from too deep from the full-back areas, and the midfielders haven't passed the ball too much. So far, Hearts, they've got the upper hand.
Now, Hearts had a penalty a minute before the break there. What on earth was Callum Booth thinking about?
Oh, he just doesn't have a look, and Danny Galbraith does fantastic, and this is maybe by a problem of why Hibs are not up the park. That's Danny Galbraith tracking back Hamill, does well, rolls it back. Callum doesn't have a look there to see Stephen Elliott running in, does fantastically well. I think Graham Stack goes with it with his wrong foot. I think if he takes it with his left, which is on that side, he maybe gets to it first, but he goes with his right. Stephen Elliott's quick enough and gets a toe. But he makes up for it. It's a terrific stop, low down to his right hand side, and pushes it round the post.
Great save here, but there's not too much power there in the shot. There's no disguise either. If you're going to place it like that, you have to disguise and make the goal go the other way around, the other corner. But none of that, and great save nevertheless.
Should Hibernian have had a penalty?
Well, maybe might have been given, might not. Here we go. Little pull there. Yes, if the referee sees that and pays attention to that,
it's
yes,
in
he
the
can
box,
give it.
that's
But
for
here,
sure.
Webster's just trying to get there first and tries to get his elbow in front of Griffiths. But there was a little tuck, there was a little hold, so it could have been given. But
Andy Webster, because he's a lot taller than Griffiths, is always going to get leverage, and he has a little pull first, but he's using strength outside the box. It's when he goes inside, it's that hold in the jersey, and that's what referees should be pulling up. So Hearts have maybe got out of jail there a little bit.
Are Hibernians struggling to stop Hearts in the wider areas, Mixon?
Yeah, well, Hearts, they've got plenty of pace. Now, obviously, Driver being on the right-hand side, who's a very, very fast player and good one-against-one situations. Here's the first minute of the game. Jamie Hamill pushed forward there and a good ball in the box, and that set the tone. And here we go again, the wide area, one-against-one. Templeton cuts inside, has a good shot. Didn't really have to put power like that. In the shot, maybe a little curly shot would have been a better option there, but here again, a wide area, a little cutback, Medi Towell, that's when Medi got injured, he pulled his hamstring, but from the wide areas, Hearts got plenty pace. Hibs are not too quick in the full-back position, so I think that's where the danger lies for Hibs.
Hibs' problem, David, is they're wide players of the five, their starting positions are far too deep. So it's allowing Griffiths to have to cover two centre-backs, so he's doing 5-6 sprints, not touching the ball. They're moving him around because the two wide players at Hibs are so far back that the full-backs for Hearts can push high up, and they're not starting the game properly.
But this is the pattern that we saw when Hibs played here against Rangers and when they played against Aberdeen as well. They do get the wide players in, and they do have a line of midfielders there protecting the back line. So, like you said, that isolates the strikers there, and if the ball is won, then that pass forward to the strikers is a longer one.
But the problem is, Mixu, is because Lee has got 5-6 inches given away to his two centre-backs. It can't be a high ball, so it has to be so precise into his feet that it's so difficult because it's so congested. They have to push Galbraith up higher, Sproul up just to earn a little bit of space in the middle of the park for them to try and expose areas.
It's all about movement inside. It's a 3v3 inside the midfield. And if there's plenty of movement inside that midfield, then you can pass the ball there. And then from that number 10 position, higher up in the midfield, you can start passing balls behind the Hearts defence.
I just wonder whether a corner then is coming into Pat Fenley's thinking.
Possibly. OK, well, the Edinburgh Derby started way back in 1877, but it's a completely new experience for Pat Fenley in the Hibernian dugout. He's up against Paulo Sergio, who's in charge of Hearts at Easter Road for the first time. The Irishman and the Portuguese are tied at 0-0.